Spring is here and the D.C. real estate market is heating up as there are some surprising shifts. So joining us, we have CEO of Real Estate Connection, Brian Coester, here to talk about what buyers and sellers need to know. Thank you for being here again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so first up, let's just talk about spring housing. You know, why is this time of year just so important for the real estate market, especially for sellers?
Well, so the cherry blossoms peaked this week, and so has the housing market, right? So generally April, right, is the best time to sell your house between that April-May season for a couple of reasons. Schools are out, summer's here, the weather's better, people are in more the mood to buy, and it's just overall a better time. So if you're ever interested in selling, now is the time, and that's also in combination with a national trend to where prices are starting to decrease, prices are starting to soften. So it's a good time to get started right now in the market, and you're going to see prices peak out right about now.
Wow, and so you mentioned peak, right, in the DMV. Can you explain what trends are pointing in that direction?
Yeah, so ultimately supply and demand, right? So you're starting to see prices come down because there's more properties that are being listed. You're also starting to see some price points reach their peak, meaning like condos and townhouses are just simply overpriced. People are expecting them to continually to rise, and there's a certain point where the price point meets the demand and supply, and they all kind of come together. And we're kind of at that point now.
Ah, I see. And so switching gears locally, so Montgomery County just announced a rent cap for this year. What does that 5.7 rent increase limit mean for landlords and tenants?
Yeah, so Montgomery County is a rent control county, right? So there's a 5.7% increase that they announced, which basically means if you're paying about $2,000 a month, the landlord would be able to increase your rent to a maximum of about $2,114. So that 5.7% increase. The reason they're doing that is it goes off to help match consumer prices, but also provide some level of stabilization for the area.
All right, and lastly, you know, the federal government, they're listing over 80 properties for sale. So tell us what that means for the local market and, you know, how it could open doors for new developments and investments.
Yeah, so this area, so the government listed over 300 properties nationally, and then locally there was about 80 that. So you're talking the J. Edgar Hoover building, the DOJ building, the old Census Bureau building, the John Powell building in Herndon, millions of square feet. So that is going to help the DC area ease its prices. It's a huge move by the GSAs, and you're going to see a lot of development. It caused a huge spur of activity and economic interest over the last couple months when they released the list, and it's a lot of properties.
Well, it looks like it'll be good for our area.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, Brian Coester, CEO with Real Estate Connections, thank you so much for being here again and giving us all this information. We'll be right back with more news, weather, and traffic.